Welcome to Hope for Everybody, a channel that exists to highlight people and places that are all about providing hope to people in need. Check out today's episode.
Hey everybody, I'm Brandon with Hope for Everybody. On our channel, we highlight organizations that help give hope for everybody and people whose lives have received hope. I'm here with Kiana from Cast Your Cares. Kiana's going to tell us some background about Cast Your Cares and how it's helping provide hope for everybody. So Kiana, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm doing great. It's a blessing to have you here.
Yeah.
So tell us about yourself, Kiana.
So my name is Kiana Rodriguez. I am originally from Chicago, but I moved to Texas 6 years ago. So when we moved here, I met my husband. We just seen that there was a need for a lot of things that was like the homelessness was crazy out here. Mm-hmm. So it was like really a deep need that I felt like sorrow for internally. So basically I just come from a 10-kid household, like a big family, where everything was kind of like always never a dull moment. It was always something to do. So I was excited to come to Texas and kind of bring a piece of home here. Mm-hmm. And then meet my husband and, do fun things like that.
So you didn't just move to a new community, you moved and started making an impact in one.
Yeah, I did, because where I came from, I'm originally from the south side of Chicago. Mm-hmm. So we see a lot of poverty, but not as deep as we see it in Texas, because there's a lot of shelters and things like that. But I seen like the sleeping on the streets, the tent city, the things like that, which really touched me in a different kind of way. So I felt like I'm here for a reason, just not to move.
Right. It's pretty obvious that most of the people who are in these homeless situations in need are dealing with mental health issues, right?
Yes, and that's what I noticed. Me, myself, is a testimony. I have 5 kids. At that time, I had 4 when I moved out here. And I noticed that a lot of help that I got, I wanted to reciprocate, because I had people like me and programs that were set in place to help single moms. And I told myself, and I also told God, that if I ever get in a situation when I'm on my feet, I want to give back in the same way people gave back to me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I was watching a video last night, and it was about this man who had schizophrenia. Mm-hmm. And he was explaining how he was dealing with homelessness and a drug addiction, and how whenever the times that he wasn't homeless, mm-hmm. after his diagnosis, he was doing better, not hearing voices, not seeing things like he was when he was homeless. So the stresses of being homeless can mm-hmm. also contribute to mental health. Would you agree?
I would agree, yes. And I think if more people take much time out to kind of see that, then we'll have more grace and mercy and more programs to lean towards mental health.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can try to get somebody off the street, but if they're dealing with mental health issues, it might not be long before they're right back there.
Exactly. So we definitely understand that, and I have a broader view of it now that I'm here in Texas.
So would you tell us about Cast Your Cares, its mission, and the people it serves?
Yeah, so Cast Your Care Foundation, me and my husband founded Cast Your Care Foundation during the pandemic, April 2022. And the pandemic brought this about because, like I said, I seen so much need, and everybody was kind of in closed doors, and it really wasn't a lot of resources out there. So what me and my husband did was, we had all the clothes that we had, and my family, I have a huge family. We took them, and I took them, and I'm like, okay, don't throw these away. I know homeless shelters, I know like programs that I can drop this stuff off to. So it started just doing that. Taking clothes from my family, people that wanted to donate, and dropping them off to low-income housing, asking the owners or the management, can I throw something to pass these clothes out? And it just got bigger from there.
Yeah, most people, whenever they got something they don't want, usually they just throw it away. Mm-hmm. When in reality, it's something that's useful that could actually be given to somebody else.
If you see the smiles and the appreciation on people's faces when they get something that's new or even used, it's a sigh of relief, because like I said, I've been in a situation, and I grew up in a situation where I got a lot of hand-me-downs, but I was appreciative of those hand-me-downs, because I was like, okay, I got something new. Your trash is my treasure. So I know it was more people that felt the same way, especially moms with multiple kids. Kids grow out of stuff like crazy. Mm-hmm. So if we can get some stuff that you have, or anybody else that can just use them, and they have that like middleman So that's how I act as like the middleman. So don't go to the Goodwills, don't throw it away. I'll come and get them. I'll meet you where you are. I have a drop-off location. Try to give them away before you throw them away.
Some people, they give every now and then, and some people will do an act of kindness every now and then. But to think about it, like clothes that you give away or food that you donate, those are things that are actually recurring needs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they only will last and make an impact for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So the more often that people can come to give, the better. Because you can, someone told me once, you can buy somebody some groceries,
Mm-hmm.
but if you don't take it to their house and help them put it in their fridge,
Mm-hmm.
have you really made any difference?
And that is so glad. I'm so glad you said that, because I was going to touch on the convenience that Cash Your Care Foundation gives to those that want to donate and those that receive the donation. Like I said, we will come to your house. We will meet you somewhere. We will try to make it so that it's convenient for you and the person that's receiving it. So we throw these events that have them to get the opportunity to come receive resources, get essential needs, get food, have some fun, and feel comfortable in an environment where they can get what they need.
If you're liking this content, don't miss out on future episodes. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Now back to the show.
So to what degree are you meeting people where they're at?
So the degree is, I think that the highest degree that we meet people where they at is, say if they're in like a low income housing situation, and we're able to go in and partner with other nonprofits
Mm-hmm.
that have resources. So if you need your rent paid, or if you need utilities paid, we're able to give you those resources, but you also have to do the work.
Right. I know people personally who have come to a point where they cannot make their rent that month due
Mm-hmm.
to hours they weren't able to work,
Mm-hmm.
or getting hurt or something like that. And I've tried to help them find on the internet resources that are provided like that. And sometimes they're so hard to find.
They are, and that's why we need a community of people that know something, because if we don't have that know-how, know somebody that knows somebody, we won't get those resources most of the time. It's just those main government resources that we all know about that half the time doesn't have funding because it runs out so quickly. But it's so many private organizations that's willing to give that we don't know about.
Right. Do you agree that it would make life easier if there was a website that you could instantly connect with other individuals or nonprofits to communicate with them?
Oh my gosh, it would be a godsend, because me personally, I can use it. I just had an event last Saturday, and it was called the Day of Giving. We do it annually. Cash Your Care Foundation does it annually. And I was looking for vendors and people to give out resources to the community. We didn't get as many vendors, but if we had a platform like that, I could have got so many vendors to come out and give those resources to the community. Yeah.
As a nonprofit, do you think that it would be affordable at $50 a month to be able to have a resource like that provided to you, to where you could be able to get in contact with the people who need your services, and they can get in contact with you and find you in a way that is convenient to them, but also be able to communicate with other nonprofits to be able to send them to them, or them be able to find themselves the help through this website just simply by recommending it to them?
I think it's definitely affordable. I can say, as a startup nonprofit, a nonprofit that's constantly trying to look for donations or look for people to believe in our mission, it can be a struggle, but I do feel like if we continue every day and work towards it, I think we can get the people to donate it, and through fundraisers, through somebody that's seeing what you're doing. So $50 a month is not at all.
Right. So do you believe that Hope for Everybody, which is the website that's going to be like that, is something that would be able to receive donations from people, that they could help pay for that, and that be a way of them directly helping your nonprofit?
Yes, I think that would be great. Nonprofits could definitely benefit from it, and I feel like the community can benefit from it, because we just need a broader spectrum so that we can just go and get what we need. So everybody can benefit from it.
In your experience, have you come to realize that there's people out there who use and abuse resources like you provide?
Unfortunately, yes. This coming Saturday, like I said, I had a young man. He was getting hot dogs, and they were free. But we also had diapers and wipes out there as well. He didn't have any kids, but he looked at diapers and wipes as something like I can sell. So he said it. He was like, well, I don't need them, but I can sell it. And that was unfortunate. I told him, somebody else, taken from somebody else. But those little things we see as getting abused, and it's like, unfortunately, we have those people, but we just pray that, the people that we do help outweighs the people that's trying to get over.
So before you would make any kind of substantial investment in somebody like that who would be coming to receive significant help from you, would it make sense and be worth it to know if they were doing like that on a regular basis to other nonprofits?
Yeah, of course. So we can know what to do and what not to do. We always want to help with nonprofits. We have a heart for people. If you're doing anything for not-for-profit, if you're doing anything out the kindness of your heart, people take advantage of that. So at least we know where to meet that person at. We don't want to shut them down, but we do want to find out what they do need and be able to accommodate that.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have a website?
We don't have a website, but we order everything and we do everything on social media. I find social media to be the more impactful thing to do right now.
So how could the crowd in the audience find you on social media?
So we are on Facebook. That's Cash Your Care Foundation. You can see, and then we also have a group. So if you're a person that likes to donate or doing something in the community, we encourage you to join that group. But we also have a Facebook page where you can see what we're doing, and you can donate, and you can also give your words of encouragement to us as well. So that's Cash Your Care Foundation on Facebook.
Do you have a phone number that you are able to give out to them so that way they can contact you immediately if needed?
Yes. So that phone number is 469-499-7847. And we also have an email. You can email me at cashyourcarefoundation@gmail.com.
Amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, do you have any immediate needs that you're trying to meet that you don't know if you can?
Yes, so we're getting started with back to school. That's near and dear to our hearts because we get to kind of like throw events and give back. So our goal is to get 200 book bags packed with pencils, papers, all of the essential needs. So our goal right now is to get ready for back to school. So we have an event August 2nd, and we're taking donations of book bags, school supplies right now. We're also asking for any licensed barbers or beauticians to come out. We want to offer 20 hairdos for free. Basic hairdos, basic haircuts, and I think that'll make a big impact on back to school.
So I know personally from shopping for my own kid for school supplies, it can cost anywhere between $80 to $110 to $120.
Yes.
So if you would like to donate $80 to $100 or even $5 to try to help send a kid back to school, please do, because there's people out here who are trying to help and they need all the help they can get. Mm-hmm. So if you'd like to make a difference in your community, please reach out, find them on social media, and try to make a difference alongside them. This has been Brandon and Kiana. God bless.
God bless you.
If you'd like to be a part of the show and tell us your story, please visit us online at hopeforeverybody.org.